Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to review the Nidecker Merc. This board is available in 149, 152, 156, 159, 156 wide, 159 wide, 162 wide, and 165 wide. This board features Nidecker's standard cam rocker, which is basically a camber 2.0 because it's a little bit flatter between the feet, and then rocker in the tip and the tail. This is going to give you the snap and pop of traditional camber underfoot, but the looser, more surfy, playful feel out in the tip and the tail. Basically, it's easier to press with, and it's a little bit easier when you're entering or exiting a turn. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny bluebird day. It was about middle of the day when I got out there, so the snow had been, just sort of baking in the sun, so it was a little bit mashed potatoes, warmer temps, minimal wind. Basically, the snow was fast but lumpy, and I rode this board with my K2 Thraxis boots and my K2 Indy bindings. This board comes in at just below a middle-of-the-road flex. It's one of those flexes that's like a little more beginner intermediate friendly, just for getting around on the mountain and progressing with. You've got an immense sweet spot in the tip and the tail due to the rocker, and then it's a little more stiff underfoot with a lot of torsional give. This is a board that you're going to feel a lot of chatter with. You're going to notice that the tips flap at high speeds. It resonates back underfoot. You're going to feel it. It's not a really damp board. It's kind of lively, but for the most part, it's just one of those boards that if you really push it, you're gonna get bucked around and feel everything with it. This board's got snap and pop. It's very easy to engage. You're gonna notice that right where the camber zone meets the rocker zone creates a flex point that rebounds. It gives almost a skate-like pop to it. You don't have to be very assertive to load it, and it's got enough pop to get the job done. You hit a side hit, you're gonna boost. You go fast into a roller, you're gonna be able to pop. It's one of those types of things. When you get into the park and you're hitting small to medium jumps, it can handle them. I think anything more than like 25, 30 feet, you're going to be pushing it with this board. You're really going to start to feel its limitations. It just won't have that snap off the lip, and it's not going to be that stable in the landings. There's an immense sweet spot in the tip and the tail of this board, and it's only magnified by the rocker. This is one of those boards that's very easy to press with. You can roll back, roll forward if you want to, or you can pop into it as well. What I did notice is that when you pop into a butter, it locks, it holds. There's a little bit of fight from that camber zone, but not a lot. You're going to be able to just hold it for however long you want and then get it to pop out. Now, how does that equate to jibbing? It's the same thing. You can just lean back, lean forward. You're in a nose press, a tail press. It doesn't matter. You can pop into it. It's going to hold. There's still a little bit of rebound, so you can pop out of the feature at the end of it. And when you get sideways, that camber zone between the feet just hugs perfectly. It cradles it. This board is a little bit softer, so it's easier to press with. It's easier to jib with. This board grips and rips. That side cut is dialed. You can overpower it. I did it a few times. It's one of those boards that if you're really aggressive and drive off the tail into that rocker zone, it'll wash out on you. But for someone that's progressing, they're probably not going to run into this problem. It's very nimble edge to edge. You notice right away that it rolls transitions very smoothly from toe to heel. You don't have to worry about that. It's one of those boards that you can push into that camber zone and really get it to drive if you want it to. But you can also be a little more laid back and just do like skidded turns or not really have to worry about being on top of the board as you drive it through a carve. Who's this board for? It's definitely for the progressing all-mountain freestyle rider. It is a directional twin. It does have that setback. It is a little bit more playful, but you can progress with it. So essentially the pro pipe and this board are the exact same. I really like the pro pipe. This board I could go either way with. It just felt like it was a little bit softer, a little more loose, which on paper they should be the exact same board, except for the Merc has a downgraded base to it, which I felt the base was a little sticky, but that could have been the wax job or the snow that I was on, so I'm really not going to fault the board on that. For someone that's progressing, this board's not a bad option. It is a carryover from Flo when Flo and Nidecker merged, but that Merc that Flo had had a different camber profile, and in my opinion was actually a little bit more stable than this board. This board is just a little bit more lively. It bends and flexes a lot easier. Does have better snap though, I will say that about it. Comparable boards, the Ride Wildlife, the GNU T2B, the Rosinal Templar. This has been my review of the Nidecker Merc. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the content we've got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really want to support us and you really want to see us build out our snowboard content and our snowboard network that we're trying to build over here, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.